Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before starting, subscribe and like the videos, it really helps a lot. The content from this video are taken from the web novel and manga series of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now please enjoy the video.
Part 3. The next day, I took Nanahoshi out. The destination was her research room. The disorderly room was left in the same arrangement as yesterday's occasion. It's a room with a mixed feeling still remaining. Zanoba and Cliff were on standby. What the two were looking at was the research materials that Nanahoshi had investigated until now. After Nanahoshi saw that, she suddenly laughed with her nose. "What's this? With 3 men? Do you intend to rape me or something?" "Rape, you say? Exactly how far in self-abandonment are you? After just a single failure, well, all it takes to drive someone mad in their life is just a single large mistake." "What was that? I am a devout Milice adherent. You know." Cliff was enraged. The Milice religion is similar to Christianity on the idea points of chastity. In one's lifetime, they only love a single woman, and absolutely never resort to adultery. It sure is abstinent. "Ah, I see." Nanahoshi walked with an unreliable stagger and sat on the chair. And then leaned on it completely limp. "Cliff Senpai, Zanoba, for the time being please start with the conversation from yesterday." I showed Nanahoshi a number of ideas that these two thought up last night. Nanahoshi listened to the explanation uninterested. The magic circle revised by Cliff. Layering the magic circles proposed in regards to Zanoba's research. It was a 3-dimensional magic circle that I suggested the idea of. While looking at those uninterested, without a single change in her expression. She looked fixed on them. Fixed. There was a point her eyes were focused on. It was no longer uninteresting. It was just expressionless as she concentrated. "Ah!" Suddenly, Nanahoshi raised her voice. "It might work," and whispered that as such. From there Nanahoshi suddenly leapt and stood up from the chair. I see. There was no necessity to be so fixated on a single plane. Well, that's right. I can write multiple papers and then stick them together. If I laminate layer them, I can draw a magic circle of any size. I wonder why I couldn't think up something this simple." She started pacing around the room 3-4 times without composure. She took the pen and paper on top of the desk in her hand. And then, started drawing a diagram with a clatter. She was drawing something that looked like a calculation formula, then sloppily erased it and redrew it. "Ah, it's different, not like this. Hey, isn't it like this?" Towards that Nanahoshi acting like a bear in the zoo, Cliff suddenly stuck his head in. At some point he had been using the red ink pen he was holding to add notes to Nanahoshi's memo. As expected of Cliff Senpai. Naturally unable to read the suddenly different atmosphere. "Ah, I see, you are clever. Of course, since I'm a genius after all. Then what about this? What would you be fine with doing? I've had some doubts about it since before though." Wait just a second." Cliff and Nanahoshi with their shoulders side by side had started getting along together while scribbling on a single paper. I took a peek at it but I couldn't see it as anything other than a child scribbling. "Zanoba, do you get it? At that level, I don't understand it at all. We've been left out of the loop. In any case, Cliff sure is amazing. I don't think it should have been all that long since he started researching magic circles." "Well, it's fine. It seems like Nanahoshi has regained her energy after all. If it's like this, then even if it doesn't succeed, I'm sure she'll get some kind of foothold." "Zanoba, sorry about this, but please look after things here. Shisho, where are you heading?" "I'm going to call Elinalise-san. If she knows that her own man is getting along well with another woman, I'm sure even that person will find it unpleasant after all." While saying that I face away from him. The time when I was leaving the research room, I could hear Nanahoshi's cheerful voice. It might be the first time I've heard Nanahoshi make that kind of voice since we first met. Part 4. 1 week later. Nanahoshi completed the magic circle. It was a magic circle almost like cardboard, with 5 pieces of paper layered together. Each of those was drawn separately and then they were glued together with some kind of paste. While Cliff and Zanoba were watching over, I started to pour magic power into it. My magic power was being sucked out continuously. The magic circle started to release light. A radiant light. The room was illuminated almost like broad daylight. Inside the light, the shape gradually started to appear. By the time the light had settled, something from the other world had been summoned to this world. A pet bottle. It has no label or cap. It's a pet bottle with a simple shape. Oh, this is amazing, isn't it? What is this? Glass. It's different. More. Zanoba and Cliff couldn't hide their excitement at seeing a 500 milliliters pet bottle for the first time. Elinalise and Julie as well were peeking with very interested faces. Nanahoshi as well, after seeing the thing summoned, she clenched her fist, and in a small voice whispered, "Good, good." Looking at the pet bottle. It's nothing but a pet bottle. Even so, it's a pet bottle. In that moment we knew with certainty that this world and our previous world were connected. It was an inorganic substance that's not a living being, an object with an exceedingly simple structure. However, something that doesn't exist in this world was summoned here. It's a success, isn't it? I called out to Nanahoshi with those words, and then she deeply nodded. Very pleasantly. Yeah, it's a success. With this we can finally proceed to the next phase. A magic circle that uses a layered structure. If I continue following through with this, most likely it'll be able to summon anything. If there's more organization put into the magic circle, just by changing the second and third pieces of paper and then Nanahoshi turned back and looked at me. She avoided my gaze and made a face full of retribution. I'm sorry about that. I've depended on you. It's give and take, right? Next time, if I'm in trouble, please help me out as well. Of course. A meek Nanahoshi sure is a good thing. After suddenly taking a look, Elinalise was staring over here without moving. Somehow you seem intimate, don't you? Elinalise-san, just like that, you always tie things together to love affairs quickly. It's between a man and woman after all. But, that isn't very good, you know. Mother-in-law's eyes were shining. Even though I don't have any intention of cheating. Even though Sylphy knows about today. I guess so, they are newlyweds after all. It would be terrible if his wife misunderstood. Nanahoshi took one step away. Elinalise laughed with a smile and put her arm around Nanahoshi's shoulder. Oofufu, there's no need to be that bothered by it. That's right. Let's go to a bar today. Of course it's this lady's treat. Nanahoshi let out a bitter smile to Elinalise's proposal. Normally she would have made a bluntly reluctant face as she refused it. However, well, she can't really refuse today. It can't be helped, can it? But, with that we'll call it even with you all. Of course, right, Cliff? Part 5. We all set forth to the bar in the middle of the day. For some reason Rinia and Pursena joined up with us within the school building. They said they didn't want to be left out, so we should bring them as well. NYA. I wonder where they managed to catch wind of it. When she noticed such a large group, Ariel came along asking us what was going on. After explaining the details, then I'll provide you with an overseer. She handed Sylphy over to us. The overseer was just in name. It was Ariel's form of being considerate. By the time we left the school gate, Batagati was lined up in the back before anyone realized it. No, really before anyone noticed. On the way we dropped by the Magic Guild and Nanahoshi withdrew some money. It seems, she's left a considerably large amount of money in the care of the Magic Guild. Using it as a substitute for a bank. Batagati was a regular of the bar. It was midday, but for the most part there were regular customers. However, Nanahoshi wasn't bothered over things like that at all. On the counter she dropped the bag full of money and left it with a "Don. Reserve the bar." Eh? Towards the troubled shopkeeper, Batagati declared, Wait. He took the bag of gold coins from his own pocket and placed them down with a "Don. Doubling it up. Today is a celebration. Serve all of the customers that come into the store today for free. He declared it as such. What dignity. As expected of a king. That makes me go numb and admire you. Demon King Sama was making a face like it was only natural and went to occupy the largest table in the bar. And then declared, Bring out all of the food on the menu this store has. It's a line that anyone would want to try saying at least once. It's fine since I'm not the one paying, but I wonder if they can feed these numbers? Well, it's fine. Around the time the first cuisine came out, the Demon King stood up. And then said it. And, what was the celebration today for? Silence research has succeeded. I see now, then silent, was it? Open things up with a speech. Nanahoshi was raised up. With a bit of a reluctant face. Thank you very much for today. All right, let's toast. Cheers. It progressed kind of like my marriage ceremony and the banquet started up.
That's it guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more and don't forget to like the videos.